What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tori Grace, and it is another episode of Woman Crush Wednesdays. And today's episode is brought to you by Comfort Handmade and Comfort Handmade Jr. If y'all are not aware, that is most definitely my small business that I run via Etsy and Facebook, on top of everything else that I do in my life. And today we're going to talk about something that has to do with that, but it also is my personal life, and that is clutter. Clutter. Okay, so a couple of years ago, which it'll be 2 years this year, so not quite a couple years ago, but the beginning process of this decluttering happened about 2 years ago, maybe closer to 3. But I began to realize that my house was full of, for lack of better words, crap we don't need. I noticed because my mom and I had discussed getting a Roomba for the house. And when you look at getting a Roomba, like, yeah, it's for the convenience and it's a cool gadget because I am a gadget head. Like Best Buy, I ban myself from going. And I try not to check on Amazon too frequently because I do love gadgets. So not to get too sidetracked. So I read the directions when we got the Roomba at the house. And as I'm reading the directions, it's like you got to have 10 feet of clear wall space on either side of this device. And I start looking around my house and I'm like, holy crap, like there's not 10 feet of space anywhere. Like it's not even 5 feet of clear space anywhere. And as I start to walk the perimeter of the house, like every single wall in the whole entire house had something on it or near it or by it. And as I start to look at this stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, a lot of these things are like full of dust. Like we haven't dusted in a while. We vacuum on a regular basis because I have allergies and asthma, and I don't want the kids to be affected by it either. But I'm walking around and I'm just looking and I'm like, holy crap, like my house is cluttered. Like we've got piles of magazines and we've got books and whatnots and knickknacks everywhere and stuff that's not being used. So fortunately for me, around the same time, that's when the Netflix original with Marie Kondo, I can't think of the name of it exactly, but it's Marie Kondo, and I think it's called like Tidy House or something like that, released. And she's like telling people to get rid of stuff that sparks joy, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't really want to get into this because this looks really cheesy. Like I know I need to do something about my house, but ain't no way a Netflix original series is gonna help me with this. So I just kind of like chunk stuff, disregard that, and I start throwing away stuff. And the throwaway process is kind of hard because as I'm picking up stuff, it's like, oh, I don't really want to get rid of this, and it's just still sitting there. Now I got rid of quite a bit of stuff, and then a friend of mine, we did like a 30-day purge together, which definitely helped to get rid of some of the clutter. Oh, you guys. So the clutter, it's like the minimalist lifestyle. So the clutter for the 30 days, like the first day you get rid of 1, second day you get rid of 2, third, 3, so on and so forth, where you continue to toss stuff out in multiples every day. And it could be something as simple as like a pile of trash in the corner, a set of shoes that you don't wear anymore, like little minimal things that you don't think is going to add up, but before you know it, it's the end of the month and you've got a trash bag or 2 or 3 that you've picked up along the way. So as you're throwing away for this 30 days, you also start to find other junk that you don't need in your house, and you just kind of chunk it out as you go. But I still didn't have clear wall space. So it's like 2 months in, I've been throwing stuff away. Like we legit have Goodwill or American Kidney Fund or somebody coming to pick up literally once a month, and sometimes twice a month now. So like first month is trash bags, second month couple trash bags, and so on and so forth. And I'm going and it's like, okay, I'm getting rid of stuff, but like it's still unorganized and I still can't find space. Oh, so I finally one day decide, all right, so like I'm really OCD when it comes to washing laundry. So, and kind of as I'm sitting down watching this show, fold my laundry with like my normal chore task. You guys, I sat down and I start watching this Netflix show, and I swear to goodness, like every other episode, there's a family or somebody in one of the families that reminds me of something going on in my house. My house is cluttered. Now, granted, you guys, my home is not one of those, holy crap, she's a hoarder, her house is disgusting, I don't want to go in her house. Like, my house is clean. It is clean. It's just cluttered. And it's random places of clutter that you're going to find. Like, you're going to open the front closet. There's coats in the front closet, yeah, but it's stuff that we don't need that's just sitting in there, like VHS tapes or jackets and coats or clothing that nobody wears or hasn't touched in like 3-4 years, and we just don't get rid of it. I don't have a reason for why we haven't got rid of it. It's just sitting in there. So Marie Kondo is like breaking it down on how to get rid of this stuff. And I'm watching it, and I'm literally watching these families. Granted, I know it was nowhere near a 45-minute long episode or however long the episodes are. Like, they didn't do this overnight. It's not something that can happen overnight. News flash, like alert, alert, ding, 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 ding. Like, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. She is doing this in like a 30-day process, and it's something that's going to be ongoing for each of these families. So first and foremost, when you start to do what I've been doing for the last couple of years, it is not going to happen overnight. Like, I've said this like 5 times already. But we started to watch Marie Kondo. So I call my son in, my 13-year-old. Now, for the most part, I've got the 13-year-old organized and the 4-year-old organized, because trying to get them out of the house in the mornings before work, especially like if it's raining or extra cold in the morning, like, you guys don't understand. It's like end game going on. Thanos is snapped and dust is flying everywhere, and the tornado is going, and there's fallouts and temper tantrums and like monsters running all over the place and hair, and you guys, it's just horrible. Like, the morning is horrible. So we Marie Kondo'd the 13-year-old's room. Got the little plastic jars, went to Walmart, picked up 2 sets, one top, one bottom. Shoe boxes inside of the drawers, which I'm like, why do I need crap inside of the drawers when it's already crap in the drawers? But whatever, I'm going to listen to what this lady says, because clearly she knows what she's talking about. She's flying all over the world doing this. We organized the 13-year-old and the 14-year-old's room, and when I tell you, it was like instantaneously more space. Like, the lady has these tricks and ways of folding shirts and socks. Like, even socks, guys, socks, she's got a way to fold them. And your bras and your underwear, and like, she's got all these ways of how you fold it to make more space, to give yourself more room, despite the fact that it's the normal size drawer. So, like, folding the shirts the way that she has it, rather than being able to fit like 20 shirts in a drawer, you can fit like 20 shirts in one row in the drawer, which you can now stack 5 rows in the drawer all the way across. You guys, it cleaned up so much space. So now I have like half empty drawers. But here's the problem. I still had clutter. So this lady is like, take your drawer, take your closet, take whatever, dump all your clothes into one pile, and then you touch each item as you go. And I'm looking at her like, you've got to be out of your flipping mind. Like, I'm going to be here all day. Well, that's kind of the point. Like, you're either going to get sick of picking this stuff up, or you're going to find the things that she says that spark joy. So as I'm going through things, I'm finding stuff that's got like paint stains, or I haven't touched this shirt in like 5 years. I haven't touched this shirt at all. Stuff that still has tags on it that I forgot I had. Like, I'm really going through my stuff, folding it down, and getting rid of things I don't need, which in turn is giving more space. So I Marie Kondo'd, and I literally only did 2 drawers. Like, I'm still in the process of working on it. And after I did it, when I tell you, it's so much more room just in my space. So it's like whole new drawer, and I can see my stuff, and I can get dressed in the mornings, and it gets me out of the door even faster. So there's an episode about the holiday clutter, which my mom is like a super huge fan of the holidays, and I used to be a super huge fan of holidays. But as I've gotten older and my kids are more active, like, I just don't have time, and I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me whether or not the Christmas tree goes up. Like, if that was the only thing that went up, I would be totally fine. My mom had 13 bins of Christmas crap, and that's what I'm going to call it. Plus, we had Easter crap, Valentine's Day crap, St. Patrick's Day. Like, it's every holiday you can think of. My mom's got a bin for, or 3 or 4, and it's just, like, it's taking up all the space in the whole house. Like, our basement, we have a full finished basement, and half of it is for storage. You guys, I could not even get to these shelves. Like, there was no walking space anywhere. There was nothing. Like, everywhere you turn, there's something. There's a bag, there's a shoe, there's whatever. And people are like, oh, I'm going to come back and get my stuff. Like, yeah, no, at this particular point in time, like, no. So we decluttered the basement. As soon as we decluttered, and you guys, I can't even tell you how much space we now have with the decluttering. So we took her advice, and I went and purchased a bunch of clear bins and started to organize. So my yarn and things for my business have been organized and Marie Kondoed. It's still not up to 1,000%. Like, it's not exactly where I want it to be, but it looks a lot better. So here's my suggestion on the big purge. First of all, do not expect it to all be done overnight. That's number 1. Number 2, for every 1 item you bring in, 5 items should go out. Like, if you go and you buy a new shirt, you need to get rid of 5 other shirts, or 5 other pieces of clothing, or some article of apparel that you no longer wear or don't use. You need to throw 5 pieces out, because for one, like, if you go on Pinterest and you look up a lot of these different how to pack for 2 weeks with 7 items, or how to pack for a month-long vacation with 15 pieces, like, a lot of those things, if you just had in your closet in the first place, excuse me, you wouldn't need to have a closet full of stuff. Now, granted, I'm going to give you guys, like, I'm a woman and I love to shop. Like, shopping is something that I very much so enjoy. I like going out and buying new pieces of whatever. And of course, you guys know I love shoes. Like, shoes are life. And so what I've done is I've gone through my closet. Like, a couple years ago, stacked high wedges, or like stacked platform heels and things were super popular, and I had a lot of those, and I just don't wear them anymore. For one, because I am older and I've got my kids, and that's just like the shoe. We gotta kind of bring it back to reality. Like, I'm not 22 anymore. I love to be 22. That would be great, but I'm not. So, like, we've revamped shoes and things of that nature. So, clear bins. We did the clear shoe bins. We've done clear drawers. We've got trash bags. Those were the first few things I did. So, I've just been going like 1 drawer at a time. Go through the drawer, get rid of the stuff, Marie Kondo fold. You can check on my Pinterest, because I do have like hacks for small living spaces and how to organize small living spaces. Like, there's 2 boards dedicated to that on my Comfort Handmade Pinterest. I can post those in the group, and also like the Netflix series. If you don't have Netflix, I'm sorry, I don't know how else to tell you to watch Marie Kondo outside of maybe checking some YouTube videos, or she does have like a few links and posts and things on Pinterest as well on how to fold. But take it a step at a time. If you do not have the space to do what Marie Kondo has with, like, dump everything out. Like, if I had to dump everything out the way that she did it, there's no way on God's green earth I could get it all back in a drawer and have a place to sleep like, in a reasonable amount of time, especially with having kids and we're always in and out. So I've broken it down, and I do it little by little. So, clear bins. You can go to the Container Store and buy those, or to Walmart. Sometimes Amazon has them on sale, and do it that way. Start 1 room at a time. Do not try to organize and declutter your whole entire house at one time. Like, it's going to overwhelm you, frustrate you, and make you not be able to function and do what you need to do. Step 3, I highly suggest starting with your kids first, because if your kids are organized and you know you can get 1 or 2 people out the house without a problem, then you can now get yourself situated, because now you're not looking for socks, shoes, and whatever else to go along with your kid. Trash bags. Do not worry about trying to be cute and getting the stuff out of the house to go to Goodwill or whatever. Just get it done. You can actually organize, or not organize, arrange to have Goodwill or American Kidney Fund. Sometimes there's local homeless shelters and or women's shelters that will take gently used items, and I say items like old beds, furniture, things of that nature. They will come pick those things up free of charge from you, and it's also a tax write-off. So check that out in your local area on how you can get rid of some of your clutter without having to pay massive amounts of money. Next step, trash. Seriously, guys, a majority of the stuff that's under your bed you probably haven't looked at, touched, or dealt with in a long time. Just throw it in the trash. Don't sit over here, pull it out, and be like, oh my God, I forgot I had this. I really need it. Just throw it out. And then you have your, we have trash bags. We have the white trash bags are for Goodwill. The black ones are for trash, or whatever company you choose to donate to, because I know some people don't want to donate. To each his own. That's where our stuff goes. I mean, there's seriously, guys, just get rid of the junk. Doesn't matter where it goes. But yeah, so organize it little by little. So what I do, once we arrange for whoever to come pick up, then everybody is to go through, hand out a trash bag to everybody, and it's look, fill this up. And everybody goes through and chunk stuff. Now, for the most part, the 13-year-old is supremely, massively organized. I know next year we will be purging a majority of what's in his closet, because he will not be using uniforms next year. So I think we're going to just take those items and donate them back to his school, because they have a uniform place where they get rid of, or they recycle gently used uniforms for kids that may not be able to afford it. So that's where we're going to take the uniform pieces. We started to switch him over from uniform khaki pants to ones that are they're not quite uniform, but they'll fall into, this is cool for you to wear for a uniform, but he can wear it on the weekend or swap it out with a regular t-shirt. So we've transitioned over to that. If you have stuff your kitchen, you can easily throw out a bunch of trash in there. I would do your cabinets after you do your kids. Do your kitchen next, and kind of handle that after your kids. So this is going to depend on 1, 2, 3 kids, however many you have, but 1 kid at a time, then your kitchen. And then once you get those 3 spaces or 4 or 5 spaces organized, then hit your common area, which typically your common area, your living room, usually doesn't have that much stuff unless you're a knick-knack person. If you're a knick-knack person, Lord help you. My mom is a knick-knack person, and this has still been an ongoing battle since the decluttering process has happened, because we have a lot of knick-knacks. And the way I see it, it's we don't get up and dust Saturday mornings like we used to when I was a kid. And it's just if you're not going to dust, you shouldn't have knickknacks, because that's extra spaces for dust and germs, whatever you want to call it, to land and breed. That's just the way that I see it. Don't dust, no knickknacks. You don't need extra vases and whatnot laying around your house. You just don't. Go ahead and chunk it. So, Dollar Tree for your shoe boxes. You could go to Dollar Tree. I need to swing by there again. The same exact shoe boxes that you can get from Home Depot or the Container Store, the Sterilite or whatever brand they are. Dollar Tree sells them for clearly $1, the lid and the box, and it is not like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just Dollar Tree sells it. And sometimes you can go on Amazon and get like a 20 pack for $10, but that's not all the time. You know how Amazon is. It's in stock, it's gone, it's here, it's there. It's Amazon. So declutter. Again, start one room at a time. Do not try to take this on in one time and think that you're going to get this done in 30 days. It's not going to happen in 45 minutes. Like, breathe, people. Not happening. Even your car, you can declutter your car. Like, it helps, and it also makes you feel better. Like, your home is a representation of how you feel on the inside. Like, decluttering is self-care. We talk about this a lot. This is like episode 20 whatever. It's almost 30 episodes in, and I'm still talking about self-care. And decluttering your home is self-care. Like, declutter it, guys. And again, still ongoing process. Like, I've banned myself from thrifting right now. I know I said 1 in, 5 out. But because I know that I'm still trying to minimize how much is in, we're just not bringing anything in, period. And then kids stuff. Okay, this is more so kids' toys than stuff. So the hardest thing that I have about decluttering right now is my 4-year-old, him and all of his stuff. My suggestion, black trash bag, and do it while they're either asleep or out with a friend. Get grandma, grandpa, other parent, get somebody to take that kid out for a little bit so you can just chunk while they're gone. I'm terrible, but if my kid left like little knick-knacky stuff on the floor, or like Play-Doh cutters or rolling pins or whatever, that junk is going in the trash when I'm picking up the trash, just because you don't need it. Like, throw it out. I know it's probably parents like, oh my God, I couldn't do that to my kid. I can, and I do not feel ashamed for it. With them, you can also buy the little color sorting organizing boxes to help you sort their stuff. Marie Kondo does go over how to organize the kids' toys as well, so you can check that out on the Netflix series. Again, I know I keep referencing that, but that's like the biggest and best thing that I can tell you to do. I think I've literally covered all of the declutter. Do we have the Roomba yet? No, we still don't, because we do not have 10 feet of clear wall space. But I do have a lot more space in my floor. Like, it has been so much better since, like, the whole, just get it all out. Like, it's just made life better. I still have like 2 more closets to do, and I still have to reorganize my business back again. Like, it's better. It's better than it was 2 years ago. It's better than it was 2 months ago, but it's not where I want it to be. And this is just going to be an ongoing process. There's also a Facebook group, Minimalists, like The Minimalist or Minimalist Living, or like the Purge group. Like, there's 3 or 4 different groups. And please make sure when you go on the Purge group, you're paying attention and you're not going into like the Purge series for the movies, because there is one of those groups on there. But you can kind of go in and do it. I am thinking about, since today is February 1st, by the time y'all catch this episode, it's going to be February something else. But I am going to do a purge in my women's groups, like my 2 moms groups that I'm in. So I can go ahead and do one in the Woman Crush Wednesdays group. Let's go ahead and purge, guys. Like, you'll notice a huge difference. And like I said, if you pre-schedule your pickups for like Goodwill or American Kidney Fund or whatever, you can pre-schedule those pickups and just like give yourself a goal of, I'm going to have this trash bag full by the time they come to pick up, or I'm going to have 2 trash bag fulls by the time they come to pick up. Like, you just kind of break it down that way to give yourself a goal to help you with cleaning. But if you follow like any of those little purge situations, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, so on purge, any of those will help you declutter. I feel better now that we've gotten rid of a lot of junk and trash and things we don't need. And I think you guys will too. Like, it makes you feel good to get rid of stuff. You're helping other people in the meantime, whether it be the employees of these locations that are getting paid to sort your unneeded and unwanted goods, or it's you thrifting something or you giving away something that someone else will thrift and love for the time that they have it. Like, it just, you feel good. And I know, since, again, over the last 2 years of me purging like this, I do feel better. We have more space. I've been able to organize certain areas, but now it's like we're down to toys and the rest of my junk and my crap. Even though, like, it's easier for me to get rid of other people's crap than it is my own, I still know what crap I have to get rid of out of my house. So, like, we've gotten rid of old suitcases, purchased new ones. Like, it's slowly coming together, and I'm hoping by the end of this year we can finally say, you know what, Mom's purged out everything. We can officially 1000% organize everything and be good. So, if you have any questions about the purging, please, let's go ahead, jump in the groups, let's talk about it. Clearing the clutter out will clear your headspace out, and it'll make you be able to focus, breathe a little better. And you guys, it's literally self-care to get rid of the junk and unnecessary, unwanted things. Find the stuff that sparks joy, as Marie Kondo says. Tell the stuff that you don't need anymore thank you, so that you can speak that into the universe. And you guys, let's clear these houses out. Let's clear this clutter and have a good 2020. 2020 started off rough this year. Let's make it better by decluttering and see what we do. It's your girl, Tori Grace, and Woman Crush Wednesday. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I am Tori Grace, TORIGR, 8CE, and Woman Crush Wednesday podcast, WCW _podcast. I'm out, y'all. Have a good one.